How does this keep happening? How does another drain cover come off for the second time in a row? Look, tell me it wasn't Ferrari. Please tell me it wasn't Ferrari. Tell me Carlos Sainz wasn't involved again. Cause my god, that boy is cursed. Okay, I don't think it was. Because I think it was a mixture of various cars going over that curb. But still, my goodness. I think the track is getting a little too tired. And to be honest, so am I. Because after these 3 days of testing, my goodness am I tired. Oh, and look at this mess. I haven't even had time to do my hair today. Oh, and speaking of things that are tired, look at this. See here, 3 hours and 17 minutes, nothing too special, red flag. This was going on while they were doing the track repairs for the second time in a row. But then if you look closely over here, how do we jump from 3 hours to 7 hours? Almost 8 hours. Well, it was nothing that special, to be honest. It was just basically because of the red flag, the FIA kinda decided to basically add the remaining time of the morning session to the afternoon session, which brought the total duration of what would have been the last session in a day to a total of about 7 hours. And what's really curious about this is we actually had the opportunity to see the teams preparing the cars for the switchover for the new drivers. That was really cool. But let's speak about the action on track for a minute. So Lewis Hamilton in the morning went out with the C5 tires, the softest tire available. And what did he do? Well, at the time he actually went on to go third. And why third only, you may ask? Well, because he was actually not happy with the setup of the car, which made him like lock up a few times and slide off the track a lot. So he basically just went into the garage again to change his setup and went back to the standard running that he was already doing all morning long. So then a bunch of nothing happens. But what do I see with 3 hours to go? Okay, Verstappen has had enough. My man just said, fuck it, let's go. Bye, rest of the field. Bye, Sergio Perez, say bye to your hopes and dreams. But Leclerc is there, and he takes first on the C5, while Verstappen did his run on the C3s. And he was actually only 2/10 off, so... On the other hand, something else interesting happened. Well, at least something else interesting according to the F1 commentator team. Because if you have a look over yonder... Oh, but what's this? Well, nothing, you may say to yourself. But check this out. I don't know if you can see him because I had to take a picture with my phone because you're not allowed to take a screenshot directly from the browser because of copyright reasons, obviously. But if you look here, this is a hammer, people. My boy Magnussen just took a hammer and said, fuck it, let's destroy the car. I'm not happy with it. No, actually, he was fondling with something in his cockpit. I don't know what, but what I do know is that the F1 commentator spent like about 10 minutes theorizing about what Magnussen was doing inside the cockpit as they were preparing the car for Hulkenberg. And one thing that we noticed all was that while he was doing that, all of his like mechanics, like they didn't give a fuck about what it was doing. At least for the first like 5 to 10 minutes, they were just working on the car for Hulkenberg as if nothing was happening. But I just found this funny. These are actually really, truly the testing hours, boys. Also, I had a thought about the RB Visa Cash App, whatever the fuck they're called this week, team, while the commentators were discussing them. Like, could the VCARB team, who is actually focusing a lot more on being a proper racing team rather than being a junior team, be partly due to management holding the likes of Yuki Tsunoda quite high, but not quite high enough for a Red Bull seat? In other words, they want to keep Yuki inside the Red Bull umbrella, and they want to get him into a position where he could actually grab like a podium or two once in a while. And imagine that at Suzuka. Imagine the fanfare at Suzuka. So just a little thought that I had. Don't look at me like that. I told you this channel was about me having brain freezing moments. I didn't lie. Oh, and speaking about brain freezing moments, check this out. Anthony Davidson actually has... What the fuck? Jesus. Okay, I was saying Anthony Davidson actually has a live meltdown with Rachel Brooks because he was basically trying to figure out what the RB in Visa Cash App RB stands for, because according to him, nothing in the team's communication actually mentions what the RB stands for. So to him, RB just stood for nothing. But you had Rachel Brooks commentating alongside Anthony, and she was basically telling him that the team is registered under Racing Bulls. But Anthony was having none of this. But I'm happy to report to you guys that in the last few moments of the session and indeed testing, we get the biggest news from testing. So check this out. Rachel Brooks actually gets confirmation from Peter Bayer that the RB indeed stands for Racing Bulls. And I have the proof. Oh my god. Look at this car, it's so beautiful. Like, quick aside, I didn't care for the Toro Rosso livery like everyone else seems to care for. I didn't even remember that people liked it so much, because I don't remember people talking about it that much. But still, look at this blue, like this chrome blue, and I love the way that this white right here actually seems like it's hugging the car. It's very, very cute. But anyway, check this out. If we go here to the newsletter, oh my god, the height difference. Oh, okay, I'm almost Yuki's height. So anyway, we can check right here, Racing Bulls SPA Italy. So this is indeed the team's registration name, but there you have it, confirmation that the RB in Visa Cash App RB actually stands for Racing Bulls. So boom. Breaking news. I'm so good at this. Great. So yeah, there you have it. I know this isn't the longest news reporting video from today, but to me, Anthony Davidson having a meltdown, Magnussen fondling himself in the cockpit, and my absolutely brain-freezing theory about the VCARB team are just about the most interesting things that I could come up with. Yeah, and I know that the most exciting thing that I reported on my videos for the past few days was the track breaking down, but bear with me, guys. Let's have a quick recap about the 2024 testing. There is a lot of reliability going around. Most teams just seem really calm, really peaceful, and they seem really happy with their cars and how they're performing. And the timings actually show this, because there's not that much difference between all the cars, apart from teams like obviously Haas. But still, there is not a lot of time between them, and the calmness and the really quiet vibe that all the teams had throughout this actually made me realize that at least every midfield team and Red Bull obviously have built pretty stable platforms that they can focus on developing throughout the year, rather than trying to correct the absolute fucked state that their car was in mid-season. Mercedes. Also, by midfield, I mean teams like Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, Aston Martin, and actually the RB Visa Cash App team, who I don't consider to be in that midfield, however, is Alpine. I think Alpine still needs to prove themselves a little bit from what I've seen, but what else is new, right? What this means, however, is that despite Red Bull looking absolutely godlike at the moment, if we were, say, to erase them from the championship using the power of imagination, well, I think we are actually in for an extremely chaotic and exciting season. And I'm pretty sure that we will have our first glimpse of this coming Saturday. And I don't think there's actually any need for me to mention teams like Kick and Haas, because I have zero interest in them. And on this channel, I only talk about things that I'm interested in. That's actually the defining characteristic of my channel. But yeah, boys and girls, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe, that would help me out a ton. And it will help you guys stay in tune with my slowly deteriorating mind. And I actually have a pretty good idea for a video right before next week's race. I'm going to have an AI make the most cursed F1 predictions for 2024. So, hope to see you there. Toodles! I think Alpine still needs to oh my god. I think Alpine still needs to prove themselves. I think Alpine still needs to fuck. Okay. I think I'll be just. Fuck. Okay, come on, man. Oh, and I'm pretty sure that we will have. And I'm pretty sure that we'll. Ah, my God. And I'm pretty sure that we will get our first glimpse of it at. And I'm pretty sure that we will. Oh my God. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that we will have our first glimpse. And I'm pretty sure that we will have our first glimpse. It's glimpse, for fuck's sake. And I'm pretty sure that we will have our first. And I'm pretty sure that we will have our first glimpse of this.